what reality actually is. You have never directly experienced reality. Every sensation you have had, every color seen, every sound heard, every surface touched, is a construction. Your brain receives electrical signals from sensory organs and assembles them into a model of the world. It filters through biology, shaped by evolution, to be useful, not accurate. This is not philosophy, it is neuroscience, and it raises a crucial question. If everything you experience is a model, what is the thing the model is a model of? The answers physics and philosophy have produced are stranger than you can imagine. Theory 1. The block universe. Time is an illusion. The theory of relativity treats time as a dimension, not fundamentally different from the three dimensions of space, just another axis along which things are extended. In this picture, the universe is a four-dimensional object called a block universe, or space-time block, in which every moment, past, present, and future, exists simultaneously. You do not move through time, you are extended through it like an object is extended through space. The you of 10 years ago is not gone. It exists at a different coordinate in the space-time block, as real as the you reading this now. The you of 10 years from now already exists at a future coordinate, equally real, waiting in the geometry of space-time for your world line to reach that point. This view, called eternalism, is the picture that falls most naturally out of special and general relativity. It is not a metaphorical interpretation. It is the literal reading of the mathematics. Time does not flow. The sense of time passing, of a moving present moment that divides past from future, is not a feature of space-time. It is a feature of consciousness, something that happens inside minds, not in the geometry of the universe. Theory 2. The simulation hypothesis. In 2003, philosopher Nick Bostrom formalized an argument that has since moved from speculative philosophy into serious physics. We are probably living inside a computer simulation. The argument is probabilistic. If it is possible to simulate conscious minds inside a computer, and there is no known physical reason it is not, then any sufficiently advanced civilization would eventually run such simulations. They would likely run many. If many simulated civilizations exist and one base reality exists, then the odds that any given conscious mind is in the base reality are small. Most minds would be simulated. We are most likely simulated. What gives this theory physical traction is how well it fits the structure of our universe. The universe has a maximum resolution, the Planck length, below which distance has no meaning, exactly as a rendered reality would have pixels. Physical laws behave like code, consistent, mathematical, operating identically for all observers. Quantum mechanics behaves like a system that only computes definite values when observed, as an efficient simulation would, rendering details only when needed. Theory 3. Consciousness as fundamental. The universe is made of experience. Physics describes the world in terms of matter and energy, particles and fields and forces. It is extraordinarily successful at predicting how these things behave, but it never explains why any of it is experienced. Why is there something it is like to see red? Why does pain feel like anything? Why does consciousness exist at all? Given that a philosophical zombie, a being physically identical to you but with no inner experience, seems at least conceivable. This is the hard problem of consciousness, and it has no solution within current physics or neuroscience. The hard problem has led some philosophers and a small number of physicists to propose that the standard picture has the relationship backwards. Rather than consciousness arising from matter, perhaps consciousness or some primitive form of experience is fundamental. Matter is the abstraction. Experience is the bedrock. These proposals are not mainstream science, but the hard problem is mainstream science's most embarrassing gap. And the proposals exist because the gap is real. Theory 4. The mathematical universe. Reality is mathematics. Max Tegmark, a physicist at MIT, has proposed the most radical version of mathematical realism. Not that mathematics describes reality, but that mathematics is reality. The mathematical universe hypothesis states that every mathematical structure that is internally consistent physically exists, not as a model, not as a description, not as an approximation, as a physical reality as real as our universe. Our universe is one mathematical structure among all possible mathematical structures, each of which is equally real. The argument begins from a simpler observation. Physics works so well because the universe appears to be mathematical. Every law of nature is expressible as a mathematical equation. Every fundamental constant is a number. The deeper physics goes, the more purely mathematical reality appears. At the quantum level, particles are not small objects. They are abstract mathematical entities defined by quantum numbers. Space-time is a geometric structure. Forces are symmetries of mathematical groups. If the universe is so completely mathematical that no feature of it requires anything non-mathematical to describe, Tegmark argues, then there is no reason to distinguish between the mathematical description and the thing described. They are the same thing. The universe does not have mathematical structure. The universe is mathematical structure. The implication is that the question of why anything exists has an answer. All possible mathematical structures exist. Existence is the default. Non-existence would require an explanation. Theory 5. Relational quantum mechanics. Reality is relative to observers. Standard quantum mechanics describes particles as having definite properties only when measured. But measured by what? This question has produced decades of interpretation problems. Carlo Rovelli's relational quantum mechanics offers a radical answer. Quantum states are not absolute. They are relational. A particle's state is not a fact about the particle. It is a fact about the relationship between the particle and a specific observer. Different observers can have different, equally valid descriptions of the same quantum system. Relational quantum mechanics dissolves the measurement problem by removing the assumption that there is a single objective quantum state to collapse. Reality is not one thing seen from different perspectives. Reality is the totality of all perspective relative facts, with no privileged view from nowhere. The disturbing implication, there is no view from outside. There is no objective state of the universe as a whole, because there is no observer relative to whom the entire universe's state is defined. Reality, at its most fundamental level, is a web of relations with no absolute foundation. Theory 6. It from bit, information is more fundamental than matter. John Wheeler, one of the most influential physicists of the 20th century, spent the final decades of his career developing a single idea that he summarized in 3 words: it from bit. The proposal is that physical reality, every particle, every field, every space-time event, is fundamentally informational. Not that reality is made of information in a metaphorical sense, but that information is ontologically prior to matter and energy. The physical world emerges from yes or no answers to questions posed by observations. Wheeler based this partly on the structure of quantum mechanics, in which physical properties have no definite values until a measurement is made, until a binary question is answered. He based it partly on the connection between entropy and information discovered by Shannon and Boltzmann. And he based it partly on a broader intuition, developed over decades of physics, that the universe is participatory, that it does not simply exist and get observed, but that observation is a constitutive part of its existence. What these theories share. Every theory takes the mathematics of physics seriously enough to follow it somewhere uncomfortable. The block universe takes relativity literally. The mathematical universe follows the unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics. Relational quantum mechanics takes quantum formalism without extra assumptions. None is proven, but none is clearly wrong. Physics has surprised us before, and science's history is about discovering the world is not what it appears to be. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.